Hey, what's up, girl? It's your boy G Shrimp, everybody favorite baby daddy, voice of the street, man. And today we in Chicago with it, y'all. So hit that like button, hit that hype button, y'all, and subscribe to the channel, y'all. And let's get right into it, y'all. Y'all been wanting to know what ISIS been doing when they in Chicago? Well, I'll tell you, they've been up to day business, y'all. I was speaking on this the other day. I said, man, in other countries, they've been waking them up in the middle of the night. I just said this the other day. And guess what they doing in Chicago now? Waking them up in the middle of the night. 1 o'clock raid they did, y'all. And like this, ain't thinking about nobody. The kids got to go to school the next day, and
federal agents carried out an immigration enforcement operation the night.
Did y'all hear that? Listen.
Following a major story out of the South Shore neighborhood where ICE, the FBI, and federal agents carried out an immigration enforcement operation in the middle of the night.
Y'all disturbing the peace of them. It's 1 in the morning. It's kids that stay in that building. Y'all flashbanging. Y'all not being considerate.
Women and children appear to be some of the people led away by federal agents. They were taken into these vans, staged in a parking lot near a school. Our Lauren Victory live outside the building where this happened with more details. Lauren, what have we learned?
Well, Maria, I was able to speak with some people this morning that were out here when all these federal agents were here. We are still waiting, however, to hear how many people were taken into custody and on what grounds. We were told that some of the people that were taken out in zip ties were actually not immigrants at all. We spoke to a man whose boyfriend is a citizen who was escorted off the premises by federal agents.
Zip tie, they put them in a bus. They had immigrants, and they had like the black people in one bus. But they said they still was checking people for warrants.
He got a boyfriend, that man.
That was Marley Sanders, who took us inside the building to show us units where he says federal agents busted holes through walls and doors to access people living out inside. Video from outside the building shows a large presence of uniformed officers carrying long guns around 1 a.m. They hopped on and off budget rental trucks and also rode around in armored vehicles. Witness footage shows a school parking lot nearby being used as a staging area where people were taken into custody.
That's what they go use the National Guard for, y'all, to help them.
Sanders' boyfriend, who again is a citizen, was let go. How's your boyfriend doing?
He's doing good now. Yeah, he was scared. He was scared for his life. He's doing good now. He's in there relaxing, calm down, so everything is okay.
Yeah, they ain't coming back either.
Everything was not okay for another man we spoke to a little bit earlier. He says his girlfriend lives inside the building and that he couldn't reach her this morning. She wasn't answering her phone. The man says she came here from Venezuela with 2 children. Again, we don't know how many people were taken into custody and detained from this building and on what charges. We're still working to get that information. Reporting live in South Shore, I'm Lauren Victory, CBS News Chicago.
Hey, I'm Allie Bradley with News Nation, and we're out here on a multi-agency targeted enforcement operation going after several Tren de Aragua members. It is a late-night operation. All these guys have been rehearsing for days to make this operation go off without a hitch. So we'll see what we end up finding today.
Yes. They call themselves creeping? Nobody talking, not me or the reporter, y'all. They wrecking them out they sleep, y'all, Come on, man. Damn. Motherfucker can't get no sleep because he worried about them coming in 2 in the morning.
¿Cómo te llamas? Aquí, güey. Johnny Manuel.
Yeah, kick rocks, man.
¿Tienes documentos para estar aquí en los Estados Unidos? ¿Estás ilegalmente aquí, no? ¿Tienes documentos? ¿Qué? Ahorita te vamos a mandar también a tu país. I like Michael Jordan. You like Michael Jordan? You like Jordan?
Yeah, y'all on there. Yeah, y'all on there. Talk that gotta shit. You see? See? Tomorrow, 2 moles delivered to you, G. Yeah, 'cause he ain't hurting or nothing here, but whether they ISIS or not, the fact that they had to call to get some help to get these people the fuck up out of here, y'all. You know, because they trying to run over the city like they go take some shit and start doing shit like how they was doing down in their little homeland town, you know? And they got too big, man. They started locking y'all up, so y'all all skipped over here. Some of y'all stayed over there, but a lot of y'all came right on.
I looked a lot different. I started my degree in 1986 and 30 years later decided to complete my goals. The support system that you get with Purdue Global, just being in the military, you actually get assigned a person who will stay with you and walks you through step by step. Earning my degree with Purdue Global has given me the confidence to show me that I am not too old. I can do it. This is my comeback. Start yours today at purdueglobal.edu.
And action.
Very exciting. We're on set with a new Swiss tourism ad with Hollywood icon Halle Berry and Swiss director Mark.
Oops, cut. Halle, she's great.
So great.
And action.
Next up, Switzerland!
Hey, cut it.
I'm coming!
What's happening?
I don't know.
Working with Halle is a bit.
Hello? Anybody here? Halle? Roger, can you hear me there? What's happening? She's not saying a line. Hello? Can you hear me?
I think you need to say your line.
Yes, the line, please. Please.
Yeah, but what is my line?
Swiss Autumn is amazing.
What does he say?
Swiss Autumn is amazing. Can you hear me?
He sounds stressed.
It's a little hard for director to deal with, you know? Action.
You're right, Roger. Switzerland is beautiful. I don't know. Do you really want to go with beautiful? I mean, I think it's majestic. No? Or maybe breathtaking, ferociously stunning. cataclysmically sublime. If you're a rapper, you would say it's the Halle Berry of landscapes. I don't know, beautiful just doesn't do it.
Boy, she takes her time.
This is so good. Cut!
I know what's going on. You went to that one there because you be buying that stuff. Hey. Now that's the National Guard there, baby.
What could potentially be a really dangerous situation. Tell me how you feel going into this operation.
They're helping them.
Gosh, it looks to be 300 federal agents and officers across the board.
300.
Definitely at least 300, but those 300 are needed. And that definitely means that something is up. And that something that's up, it means a non-permissive environment. Anytime there's a non-permissive environment, Allie, the stress level goes up for everyone involved. We all want to come home at the end of shift, but we also are going to accomplish that mission. So merging those two together is very important, especially from a leadership perspective, and that's what I'm looking at right now.
What kind of danger are the guys and girls going into here? Is there a concern for safety going into this operation?
The individuals that we're going after, Train Day Aragua, one of the most violent gangs that the United States is plagued with right now. They traffic in arms, they traffic in humans, they have little regard for life. And anytime you've got that mix in a high concentration in one area, problems can arise. So we know there's weapons. There's been reports anyway of them taking over units in this apartment complex that we're going to hit via force with guns.
Now, Chief, you've been around the city. You've been going nonstop. What would you say to the people who are against your operations right now when you're going and doing something like this to keep the community safe? What would you say to those people who are saying, calling you guys Gestapo, things like that as you're walking around? What would you say to them?
I think the first thing I would say is, how about you live in the apartment next door to Train Day Aragua members that are trafficking in prostitution, guns, drugs, and taking advantage of American citizens in a violent way. Why don't you live next to them and then see how much of a Gestapo or a Nazi we are?
What's the end game here? What's the goal?
Well, the end game tonight, obviously, is to make that area a safe place. We're going to remove all illegal aliens, especially if it's Train Day Aragua, but any and all illegal aliens, and that's going to make this community a safer place. That's from the local level, the Chicago local officials. We've had reports that they even understand that this is a severe problem for the community. So we're going to make the community a safer place, and we're going to send a message to those violent gang members that there's a different gang in town. It's called the Good Guy Gang. The good guys. The good guys are here. We're the good guys.
So the governor saying that you guys aren't doing anything to make the community safer, what would you say in response to him?
I don't think the governor has ever stepped foot near a Train Day Aragua member or MS-13 member or any other bad person or bad thing. So he probably wouldn't understand exactly what we're talking about. It might be way over his head. But don't worry, Governor Pritzker, we've got it covered from here. And this is just the beginning. Tonight's just the beginning. And we're going to roll on and on. We are going to turn and burn, Governor. We're going from this one to the next, to the next, to the next, until they quit or are all deported and go home. And as far as him, he can either get on board or watch from the sideline.
So this operation was one that took a lot of planning, coordinated effort amongst several agencies, huge show of force. How did the operation go as the chief here?
Allie, I think from the very beginning, this operation went well. They trained for this operation for several days, and because of that training and those rehearsals that they did, this operation went very smoothly. They went through that structure, which is a very large structure. You can see it's 5 stories. They went through that structure a lot quicker than I thought, and several apprehensions. It looks like we have a couple of potential targets that we briefed earlier today that we were after. Looks like we have a couple of potential targets, and if that is the case, and we'll let you know as soon as we get those facts and figures, if that's the case, then definitely a successful operation. Anytime you can get a violent trained Aragua gang member and their associates off the street, makes Chicago a safer place.
Now, when you have people saying, you know, what you're doing is not helping the community, and then you see something like this, I asked you this earlier, before the operation, what would you say to them now, seeing what you've seen come out of this apartment complex?
Sure, I would say that those people don't know their community, or even worse, they don't care about their community. And what I will say is the U.S. Border Patrol, ICE, and our allied law enforcement partners, those partners that were here today, we do care about our community, and we make it our personal responsibility to make this community and our nation safe. That's our personal responsibility. These agents perhaps giving their lives, even if necessary.
Now, when it comes to the U.S. citizens, there were a couple U.S. citizens that were held during the operation while you guys were clearing that building. Explain kind of that process. I know we've seen it in the past when Secretary Noem was on the ground. There were 2 U.S. citizens that were temporarily held. So what happened with those U.S. citizens, and what will happen with them?
Sure. Anytime we're clearing a building, especially during a high-risk operation, this was a high-risk operation. When we're clearing a building for the safety of the occupants in those buildings, we're going to clear the entire building, bring everyone out of that building, whether they're a United States citizen or an illegal alien. We generally don't determine alienage while we're in that building. Clearing the building is too dangerous, so we'll bring them out and do it in a safe environment. It's safer for the United States citizens and safer for the illegal aliens, and most of all, safer for our officers.
So when someone's back there yelling, you're violating their rights, what do you say to them?
We're not violating their rights. We're making it safe for them so that they can live in a safe and secure neighborhood. And, there's no rights been violated today, just the saving of lives.
Anything else you want to add, Chief?
We're glad to be here. We're glad to be here in Chicago. This is South Chicago. You're going to see us some more here in South Chicago. We're going to be coming back here in all areas of Chicago. We're not going anywhere. You're going to see all the Border Patrol agents, all several hundred of us, as well as those allied law enforcement agencies. We're going to be taking it to those violent gang members and illegal aliens. And finally, Allie, CBP Home app. Time and again, we say use the CBP Home app. Use that. Get your free ticket home, and you can still have a chance at those immigration documents. If we catch you, you'll never get a chance at those documents.
All right, Chief.
Thank you. It's good to see you.
On a successful operation.
Yes, ma'am.
Dive deep into Whitewater's haunted history in this year's Spirit Tour. Dubbed the Second Salem, Whitewater is known for its deep-rooted history in witchcraft and local spooky folklore. The position
They getting down, boy. Trump said he was gonna goddamn it show you the biggest deportation deported. So he said they pushing the last one that the United States had ever seen. And I'll be damned if he ain't living up to that. I will say that. He might suck in other places, but this here, he doing what he said he was going to do. And some of them people, only crime they have done is snuck over here, y'all. So some of them ain't too bad, you know, but you let them get too loose, they start forming gangs and want to go against the gangs in Chicago and think they go win unless they got more guns or something like that. But we don't even need to go there with it. You know what I mean? We're not ready to go to start a war with a whole nother race. And who controlling this camera? That's a citizen's camera there. They forming this one here on, y'all. You know, that app that show you what's going on. We are always ride with three straps. Now, when you go back to the lot, man, you can see it. Anyway, y'all, hold on. Let me show y'all something else.
What I know, my man from ATL right here. Still got a house off Hogan Bridge. That man don't care. Georgia still in the town. Georgia 400. I still got my house up there. Yeah. I ain't leaving Atlanta, but I can't leave Miami. Because I love Miami too, but I gotta have somewhere to be in Atlanta. How long you been in Atlanta? Shit, I got to Atlanta 93.
Damn.
Mom and daddy got divorced. They hate each other. And then we moved to Atlanta. And then when I got to Atlanta 93. So I was there till I went to college in 03. So I was in Atlanta like 10, 11 years. Yeah.
Well, that's enough Atlanta.
Listen, you can't do enough Atlanta.
Hey,
there's nowhere to do enough Atlanta.
Hold up. Limitless. Niggas to me cap pinning it. I fought it here to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way up in it, get me up. On the mission, get me up.
Uh-huh.
Me, I got the key. On this bitch, you never trust.
Okay.
Limitless. Niggas to me cap pinning it. I fought it here to witness it. Got my people feeling militant.
This is Young Thug, Fred Taylor, Ryan Clark, Shannon Crowder, Pivot Fam. Thank y'all for pivoting.
Yes, sir. And the G Shrimp Show, we tuned in too.
Good to see you upright. Yeah, appreciate it. You know, I heard something you said recently, man. You talked about people using your life as fun or memes. And this is what you were actually living. For you, how has the adjustment been to come out and now people are using your real life struggles the way they are?
I don't know. I think I've been dealing with the problems so much. I ain't even just paid too much attention to it. I think it just came across, one day you just like going through the motions and you just like, damn, like everybody laughing. Like, ain't nobody sat and just was like, damn, bro, they leaking like this nigga intimate moments, like real phone calls. So, I was just telling the people that was involved in the phone call, all my friends, the people that I have feelings for, I just telling them, you got to just treat it like you never heard it because you didn't never supposed to hear it. Yeah. So just try to treat it like that, bro. It's crazy though. I don't know. I just look at it like, dang, like, bro, you laughing at like real situations.
I said to myself too though, like imagine if conversations, not that we have on the phone, just conversations we might have in here that aren't taped or talking about things that's going on in our lives, if people got to hear those things, how they might feel. But something that I respected was to say those conversations that I had on the phone, I had with those people too. Like if somebody heard me talk about you, I'd want to make sure that me and you had that conversation, so you could say that too.
Yeah, and bro, how was it like, bro? We all it was your legal struggle was blasted to the world. We watching you every day, sitting in that courtroom where your dreads ain't tight, and I know like you look good. Like I'm like, man, bro, ain't got his dreads tight. Like, how is that to go day to day and just sit there and not know what side of the legal struggle you about to fall on? Because, hell, as fans, we was like, we sitting there watching, but it's your life. I'm about to pick my kids up after school. It's your life, though. Bro, I don't know. Just, God made me a happy person, so I was able to just have, like, joyful moments even throughout the whole situation, because you just get closer to God and you learn, like, once you learn that it's never really the end, and if God don't kill you, it ain't the end of you. So once you like figure that part out, everything else you start noticing that it's like, oh, this is just a part of like the chapter, like this is a part of the movie. I think I was more so like just looking at it like that, like whatever happens, it's gonna happen, So like I can't be just like caught up in like the moment, because it's just like you ain't dead. It can't be the end. Something, even people in prison with life sentences, it's just you never know. Like I got a brother that had life sentence. He did 12 and a half years. He thought he was going to do his whole life, and then something just happened. And God just gave him another chance. I always had deep inner thoughts like, this ain't the end for me. I think that's how I was able to just like cope with everything that was happening. Just knowing like it ain't the end, because I'm still living. It's just a part of the book. You're just watching the movie and it's just like a crazy part of the movie. Like,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's just a crazy part. Like damn, this shit crazy. Just looking at it every day is just crazy. Like we watching you with the what are those lamb? What's that, lamb hair? Yeah, feet. That's lamb. Yeah, man. I'm gonna call Rick Owens and ask him what it is, man. What skin? That's lamb hair. I think your neck and your wrists are more expensive than my house right now.
Are you pocket watching this, man?
Everybody hey, I'm a pocket watch. I don't know if you watch the show. I watch pockets now. Yeah, you got. But bro, you definitely ask some random questions. Bro. Yeah, that's some random shit. But how do you go from living the way you live? And it was, I think they said it's the longest case that Georgia ever had. And you sitting there, bro, 3 hots in the cot, living to this, the 3 hots in the cot. What is that like when you sitting there looking up at night? Hell. It's over with, boy.
That's it.
You go from the life we live to that. What?
Yeah, we live to that.
Yeah, I think my situation was so serious, I ain't even had time to realize. I think from day one, my lawyer was at the jail every day, 6 hours, 8 hours a day. From day one, I ain't even had time to even just like think and sit back. Like, obviously, it ended up just catching up. You got officers, some of the officers they just normal people. They ain't thinking like chess players.
They just, man, bro, how I feel just being in this bitch, bro. You ain't nothing. You know, you got a big ass bed. Like, bro, I need you bring this up. I'm a motherfucking exercise nigga, just like, bro, just damn, bro, you nasty ass flow, bro. You got heated marble, bro. Anyway, man, going from the life that God gave us to that is you're gonna get humble.
Yeah.
Sure. Did it change you? Yeah. I think more. I learned how to play chess. Patience. Closer to God. More closer than you'll ever be. I don't think no man can be the closest he can get to God unless he go to jail. And it can't be just like a speeding ticket or you drunk or something. It gotta be some shit like, hey nigga, this the end of it. This decision right here. Yo, ain't going home or you going to prison for the rest of your life. You gotta be in that type of situation.
Right.
That's what makes it just like, so for people like us, we street, you know what I'm saying, we from the street. You got regular people that's just like, you know what I'm saying, you can go to jail for a DUI and be like, hell no, you know. But where we from, it gotta be something like detrimental. It gotta be real serious. Even if it ain't life, it just gotta be something serious. That's if you're gonna get closer to God. I just got better with eating, closer to God, working out. Patience is key. Patience.
Do you remember the moment you reached out to God though? You know what I mean? Like the moment where, because you said it can't be something quick for somebody like you. It can't be a DUI. It has to be a life or death or a inside or outside situation. Do you remember the moment where you fell on your knees and you said, okay, God, I don't get out of this without you?
One of the days my lawyer came and saw me. And he just like, he just couldn't take it no more neither, you know? Not like panicking, but he was just like, fuck, bro, we have some shit, bro. Like, nigga, what the fuck? Have you never not listened to me, bro? Because he's been my lawyer for like 15 years. He always told me, like, man, stay away from people, stay away from these guys, stay away, you know, people that ain't on bigger levels than you, don't deal with it. Only bad come from it.
Yeah.
Dealing with people in your hood, can't nothing but bad come from it. Nothing ever in life but bad, you know. Learned the hard way, but I guess we were just going through the discovery. We just had so many fucking terabytes of discovery. And we just went, they were sending it like Discovery 1, Discovery 2, Discovery 3, and it just be like fucking 50 million sheets of paper. So it's just like, we'll make
50 million sheets of paper.
It wouldn't be so bad. And we're like, yes. And you know what I'm saying? Like, then they like Discovery 2. And then it don't be nothing in it pertaining to me. He's like, yeah, we good. We got Discovery 3. Really, not too much. Discovery 4, not. Discovery 5, crazy. Discovery 6, crazy. Discovery 7, crazy. Now it's just like. And he just came to see me one day, but he just was like, man, you know I'm with you forever, man. No matter what, bro. You go to prison forever, I die. That's what my lawyer used to always tell me. If you go to prison forever, I die. Part of me is gone. Like, I'm like a son to him. I'm one of his sons. Bro, if you go to prison forever, part of me is dead, literally. I would not be able to continue being a lawyer and just like be a happy person. Just them type of talks just had like, bro.
Hell, you was the 10th of 11 kids growing up, right? So that's a lot of love in a big household. You spoke on Bank interview about not having your people, your guys around you.
See that you just still a person. Like the shit, like being a superstar is just like a mask. It's like a representative. When you get in jail and you like fight for your life, you realize like, damn, like this shit all the act is all just like a fucking mask. It's like a representative. You know what I'm saying? When you in jail, you goddamn get stripped. Now you know, like, damn, I'm just like this nigga bum. I'm just like this nigga, bro. Like, I can get stored every single week, but I gotta do the same exact thing and wear the same exact thing and think just like this nigga. and he might get out before me. It was times when I was in jail, I was wishing I was other people in that motherfucker. Like, damn, I wish I was that nigga, bro. That nigga finna go.
I know you did, boy. Talk that shit. Talk that shit, man.
I was just like, damn, bro. This is the first time I ever in my life considered being a police. Like, man, I wish I was a police.
Yeah. You go home.
In the jail, they just walking around checking on people.
Yeah.
So, bro, alright, bro, I see you tomorrow. We're going on home with the babies, bro. I'm like, damn, man.
Yeah.
If I was a police, I wouldn't even be in this situation.
Right.
I want to be a police. I do not want to be in this shit.
If it made you feel like you wanted to be the police, bro, that's a badass time.
Yeah, it is.
I've been locked up a couple times. And when I'm sitting in that cell with that toilet in the middle where I got to shit in front of all them other grown men, that was the most uncomfortable thing to me because I'm shitting and the crackhead staring at me. Right in my eyes. Yeah. What's up, bro?
You gonna do some of that shit, bro? You don't know. Bro, it's funny you said it. You a street dude. And I had to learn. I got locked up in college because I came from Atlanta and I go to Gainesville and I'm still doing the same thing. My whole thing was another grown man can't call me a bitch. And
no, he can't.
We have to fight.
We go
and
fight.
Then I get around other people from around the world and dudes be like, bitch ass, or whatever they say, and I would jump on them, and everybody be like, damn, bro, what are you gonna get out of this? I'm all American. You know what I'm saying? We make money. We're famous. Like when can you separate it and say like, bro, you're the thug, you're the breadwinner of a lot of people. When can you get out of that and transition? Because you can't be no street dude no more. I'm sorry to tell you, you can't be that guy no more. You need to be the guy that's selling out $100,000 people stadiums. You the guy that can change your kids' life, and you got to get out the streets. Is there any transition?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the transition already has started. Like the transition started in jail. You just praying every day. You praying 10 times a day to God. You telling God, man, you get me out of this situation, man. Listen, I'm walking straight line green.
Yeah,
I'm walking straight line. I'm going green.
Yeah.
So I think the transition started then. But like when you get out of jail, you feel like untouchable too. Once you beat something so big like that, you feel untouchable too. So you like your mindset is like on another planet, but the world is still stuck on like the young thug that they know. Yeah. So you trying to be goddamn a musical genius at the same time. You trying to like take your son to school, be a man to your girlfriend, like be a real man to your girlfriend, but you still gotta appease like the culture because they still like 10 years back. Like everybody 10 years back compared to what I think. Yeah. Compared to the shit that's on my mind, I look at everybody in the world, everybody in the industry, motherfucking sports, everybody. Nobody mindset is what mine is, but it's just like I never be feeling like I gotta dumb it down to be appealing to everybody. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Hey man, when it's with Toyota and the Sunday Night Football, it just gets bigger and bigger. The Packers in Dallas? Wait, so Micah going back to whence he came? And Toyota's own Jordan Love, the quarterback of the Packers, gonna be there too?
Yeah.
And Toyota is all in all season with game day giveaways for all the big fans.
And $100 gift card for NFL Shop. I'm telling you, I'm all in. Toyota makes it easy, fellas. All you got.
Anyway, y'all, that'll make a long video, Y'all can check that out. I showed y'all what ISIS was doing, and then we swung through that to see where Young Thug was going, That's probably the best interview he had since he been out, y'all, because all the other ones, they talking about all the fuck shit, the phone calls and everything. And listen, I've been saying this too, y'all, since I've been doing my YouTube thing and people telling me I'm getting YouTube famous and stuff like that. And I understand that. I said this once before. I said, I'm going to know when I'm famous. I got a tape that I made. It's on a VHS tape when we had the big camcorders and shit. Me and a couple of my guys made it, you know. And we weren't doing nothing but talking about a few old shootings and some shit like that. Nothing that can get us incarcerated. But when I get big enough, somebody go be wonder like, man, I'm gonna watch this tape. I wonder who this nigga was. That's dude. That's G Shrimp. That's who that is. So I said, when that tape surfaced, y'all, I said, I'm gonna know I'm famous, right? Why I got a few people had hit me and kept saying, I got the tape. You know, I got the tape. Like I supposed to be like, oh my God, you got the tape. Can I get the tape back? It's nothing incriminating on the tape, bro. It's just a nigga talking shit about what they did in the street. Ain't nothing like that. It's just like, you know, it was a joke I had made. I'll never forget the joke I made. One of the guys said one of the ops killed himself. You know, he committed suicide. I'm like, suicide? What? I said, much as we've been trying to get out on motherfucker, he could have waited on us to catch up with him. He didn't have to kill himself. We was going to get around to it, you know, and we laughed at that shit. Said, we was going to get on his ass. He didn't have to worry. You know, don't take nothing from us, man. You don't have to kill yourself. Motherfucker go get around to you. So that's what we kind of laughed about in that video, you know. And that's all we did. So whoever got the tape, don't try to put nothing in the email or in my comments like you need to blackmail me. You can't blackmail me for that tape. The tape ain't worth shit. It might be worth something to you because it's going to be like letting you know who I am. But it ain't worth me buying it or nothing like that. I wouldn't give you $2 for that motherfucker. You know what I mean? I wouldn't give you $2 for that. But maybe I would because it was 3 people on that tape, y'all. 2 of them dead. 2 of them dead. Broham Mike is dead. Reg is dead. And G Shrimp is the last one alive. You know, I'm getting older, y'all, and a lot of my guys is dying off. They ain't getting killed. You know, a lot of them having problems with their heart, kidney, or things like that. And a few of them done passed out and then died. You know, they have died. And I'm like, damn, you know, motherfucker died of natural causes over here before a nigga slide over here and take somebody out, which is a good thing. People don't want to mess with you when they know you got good defense, y'all. You know. Now, let me know what y'all think about these immigrants, man. The migrants, the immigrants, the Venezuelans, whatever you want to call them. Let me know what y'all think about it. Do y'all like the fact that Trump putting the belt to their ass, y'all? Trump got that belt, y'all. Putting that belt to their ass. Get your ass back to Venezuela. Fuck you doing coming through the United States border like that, motherfucker. You better have a passport next time you come back to this motherfucker. But that was on Biden and the other female president that was on them. They opened them borders like that. They was letting them come in here, giving them money at the door, you know, giving them vouchers for this. Do you know the migrants, the immigrants, when they first got here, they could go to any city they want. They could fly free. They didn't have to get a ticket. All they had to do was go to the airport and wherever they wanted to go. If they wanted to go to LA, they get on the plane, let the pilot, not the pilot, the stewardess, whoever at the gate, they let them know. They go send them and they go and they have a seat. Yep, ain't that crazy, y'all? Black folks, we've been getting the short end of the stick so long. I mean, so long, but you know, we still have came a mighty long way. I can't say I think some of Dr. King's dreams have come true. You know, some of us are judged by the content of our character and not the color of our skin. A lot of us are. Because you start going to some of these big corporations and find out the person in charge is a black man or a black woman. That ought to make you feel good to know that, you know. And I think about the rap song they used to say, talking about trying to stop the gangs, right? I remember I used to like the Kool Moe Dee line. He said, back in the 60s, our brothers and sisters, y'all, was hanged. How could you gangbang? He said, I never ever ran from the Ku Klux Klan, and I shouldn't have to run from a black man, y'all. That's self-destruction, man. You feel me? It's your boy G Shrimp, everybody favorite baby daddy, Russell Street. I'm gonna punch you and I'll dig you later. I'm out of here, y'all.